Hi, everyone. I'm 20 years old and have been considering starting BJJ class for a while now. My concern is I've torn ligaments in my left ankle twice and tore my right trap with collarbone break. All of these were around 10 years ago. Ankles feel good, although my right arm has circulation issues. Otherwise, okay. I'm not planning on competing, just training. Should I be this concerned? I want to prolong my body's ability as much as possible.
Good luck with that.
Have fun hurting all the time.
Good luck. It's kind of what we do here.
Yeah, I've got issues from decades past, and it just, well, for example, I didn't roll hard. I just did a lesson.
Yeah.
My arm is screwed up.
Is it?
I can't extend it all the way, and I can't contract it. I can't even touch my face. It hurts so bad. I got like bursitis or something.
Yeah.
Didn't roll hard. Didn't get arm bars or anything. Just
happened.
Yeah. So
Just
it's part
old.
of like, I've had problems in the past, so it's easy to inflame them now in the future. So you just have to be.
Yeah, my sciatic, because I'm old.
Yeah.
That's been on fire. I did a class. Yeah, shut up, Ben. Ben's staying with me right now, so he's heard me bitching about this. Because I can't get up. I literally rolled, did nothing. You've seen me roll out now. I'm comfy where I used to be, so I'm just like, whatever happens, and making jokes the whole time. So I didn't roll hard by any means, and I couldn't get up. I'm like, yeah, my left leg doesn't want to work. It just hurts so much. And I just waited for people that I knew to walk by to help me get up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You just got your hand
I'm
out.
like, someone pick me up. But
Carry me to my car.
But I will say this, because I'm just getting back into it. I thought being away, because that was a big reason why I stopped going, and Paul knows this, I just hurt all the time. My neck's in pain all the time. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, my neck. Because I can't. Yeah. It just is what it is. Like, yeah, like my sciatic, I can get that fixed. So I'm not complaining because I'm too lazy to call my massage therapist to make it better. But my neck is what it is. And I was like, oh, fuck it. This is a good excuse for me to stop doing it right now. I'm going to be the guy with the Jiu-Jitsu podcast that used to be Jiu-Jitsu. I can do that.
That's my jam.
Yeah, that's
at least you got to
to
watch like tournaments where you can.
Well, no, and and I'll stay involved. You know, and but
we can talk about Gordon Ryan and the rest of his career.
I think it's over.
I think it's over.
You think he's really done?
I don't
No,
know.
he'll be all right.
He'll be fine. But going back, guess what? It doesn't go away. The stuff that you've gotten from years of abuse, and especially if you've been doing jiu-jitsu for more than a couple of years, they just stay there. I'm 5 years in, and I felt all the same shit. Like I felt the arm bar that I let go too long, like 3 years ago. It's like it doesn't go away.
Well, like any injury I've had that was significant, it's just easier to re-injure.
Yes.
So I will say
that's what it is.
if you pick your partners right and you are really into like mobility routines and stuff like that, and if you commit just as much to your mobility and rehab as you do to jiu-jitsu, like make it a 50-50 thing, you'll be way better off.
Oh yeah, ever since I started stretching more, I stretch my neck every day now. It's been a lot better for me.
But I still think it's
gonna hurt.
Yeah,
It's a sport that's gonna hurt. It just
plan
is.
on it.
Yeah, unless you're like I've watched black belts that can roll beautifully and brown belts even roll beautifully, zero effort, all control. But it's like that's you got to get there, and then by the time you're there, you've already got the shit kicked out of you
that's
for
a good
years.
point too, right? So if you're experienced, if you're well experienced, and you can just kind of roll and flow roll and pick the right things and defend yourself, and you have these things like you can mitigate stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you're just learning and don't have any body control, well, you're gonna have a
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
I haven't met one guy that's like, oh look, it felt great my first few weeks. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
99% of my injuries from jiu-jitsu came when I was a white belt.
Yeah.
About 0.9
Okay,
as I was
my biggest, I can't say that because my biggest came from when I was blue belt.
But you were brand new blue belt, right?
Yeah, I was fresh into it. But like a good thing to do is not be a dick. And I was kind of a jerk. Didn't mean to be. But there was a guy I didn't really know real well, and he was a white belt, but he's a big cat. And I'm like, you want to know what? I haven't been in a long time. Like most of the time I can control lower belts enough to keep myself safe. We talked about that earlier. And have a good time. But this guy was just so big, and I'm like, I am so out of practice. I'm like, he's like, want to roll? I'm like, oh, no.
Sir.
And he looked at me really strange. I'm like, yeah, sorry. And he just kept going. So I felt like a dick because you could see the just complete perplexedness in his head. And I walked up to him afterwards. He took it really well. And I just go, hey, I'm like, I don't know you well enough. And I broke my neck. I don't have any trust in anybody anymore unless I've rolled with you a number of times or seen you roll a number of times. And he goes, no, man, I'm a big kid. I get it. So he took it really well, but I felt like a super prick.
Well, as long as, well, I mean,
because he's a nice guy too. I'm
Right.
like,
I think saying those terms like everybody's got to understand, but yeah, you got to understand.
And well,
whatever, bro, I'm cool.
Well, the only problem I have at our school that sucks for me is Jesse, the Adonis, went through the exact same surgery and is like better than he was before, and I was like, I hate you a little. Okay, I can't hate Jesse at all. He's awesome. Yeah. But people are like, well, why didn't you? I'm like, the hell if I know.
Yeah.
For one
Everybody's
thing,
different.
it took 4 hours to try to do mine. It was a 2-hour surgery. Yeah. It didn't go well.
I always find it curious that some people just seem to be unbreakable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
I'm not saying Jesse in particular, but just some people just.
Or they recover.
Yeah.
The people that, like Jesse, recovered from that, and he was dedicated more so than I was. But I did what I was supposed to, PT and stuff.
I often wonder if I went on like a carnivore diet, if that would like get rid of all the inflammation. And
they say it does, though.
It's so expensive.
Expensive.
I can't afford to eat as healthy as I think I probably should.
Yeah.
But it's almost kind of like I'm at the point where I can't afford not to.
Oh, we're going to cook up a bunch of meat when I get home.
Well, because if
got some fancy meats.
If I had the money to just go get surgeries and take all the time off work, which I don't,
Yeah.
like what would I start with? Like which knee? Both at the same time, or do I do my elbows?
I don't think-
or is it my
yeah.
shoulders? Like
Move to Canada and you can.
Get on a waiting list.
I don't think it's
It'll be
ideal.
6 years later.
Yeah,
but
6 years later, you'll be fixed.
It'll be free, damn it.
Well, one part will be done.
Right.
Well, and that's just the thing is jiu-jitsu fucks up so much of you. Like, because you're just not good. No one's good until you're like, I give brown belts. Like, purple belts are way better, but they still do fucking...
Ben and I
but they,
triggered.
but they still do but they still do stupid shit, right? You guys both still do stupid shit.
Nah, bro.
Lying sack of shit.
Not me and Ben.
Just one more lie. That's what your shirt just said.
That is the perfect shirt.
Yes, it is.
Just one more can be for
lie.
anything.
But brown belts, I've watched, they're much smoother, getting towards, they're just basically darkening a belt shortly to get a black. Get it there. But, no one's good enough to completely not get injured until you're much higher ranked. Yep. And it's a thing, and it sucks.
It's a tough go when your first couple years. It just is what
and,
it is.
And then if you have an instance like me, where I was healthy as hell. Paul used to marvel at hell. He's like, man, you just stay healthy. And
you went downhill fast.
Fuck, I fell off a cliff.
Yeah, you used to mock me for
I'm like,
being
you're
old and
super broke. And then I'm like, what, a year later? I'm like, hey, I'm having a $50,000 surgery. Yeah. And then everything fell apart. I'm just like, oh, look, I can't use my right arm. Oh, that's back. I had surgery. Now I still have numb spots, which I found during tattooing that I still have numb spots.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But then my sciatic started bleeding, my hips, and then my knee. I'm like,
the list goes on.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer the question,
jiu-jitsu is great.
If you find you're right, if you find a good school and you have the right mindset, you'll be better off. But like if you haven't found a school yet, like go watch a few classes and
get a feel for it first.
And see, they look like they're pretty chill. And find the most chill school. And
the most calm school.